My name is Brahmaputra Marjadi, that's Brahmmarjadi. I'm a senior lecturer in community engaged learning at the School of Medicine, Western Sydney University in Australia. I present a poster here about the work that I do in a part of our medical curriculum called Medicine in Context, where we send out our Year 3 medical students out in the community to learn about social determinants of health by meeting patients, carers, their families, and also the service providers in the community. I am also going to present an oral presentation about basically how our School of Medicine has been engaging the community in our governance, in our curriculum, and also in other academic parts of our school.
So how has the experience of the students been? What has some of their feedback been about this approach?
I said by the time the students got to more senior years, which is year 4, year 5, and then they graduate, they slowly see how their experiences unfold and what they have learned from their community experiences, how they play a role in their work as a clinical work. However, in the earlier parts of their studies, in years 1, 2, and 3, it's many of them are struggling to see how is this relevant to my future career.
So the relevance is a struggle, but why is that? Because you think as healthcare professionals, they would be concerned about the patient.
And they are. Some arguments which I can understand, having been a medical student myself, quite a while ago, that when you want to help patients, and you believe that the first thing you need to know is you need to get the knowledge about the diseases and about basically the biomedical side of things, because after all that is your specialty. So for students, particularly in the environment where they learn using self-directed learning, problem-based learning, where there is not many classical lectures, they are grappling with how can I learn all this anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, pharmacology. I need to know the tools of the trade, so to speak, before I can go out there and help people. So that's what the earlier years tend to focus on, and so for them, they may see this contact with the community as something that's taking away precious time that they have to learn about the basic tools of the trade. It takes a while for them to realize that engaging with the community is actually another basic tool of the trade.
Now, why is that? Why is that? I mean, I understand the necessity as a student to learn, to memorize, to have the knowledge that you need in your profession. But I wonder why it is that the customer, the service user, the patient, the client, is almost seen, it sounds like almost as a bother or a distraction from studies.
I suppose the reason is because they have this image about when they enter School of Medicine, about what doctoring is all about, and I haven't explored the sources of this image, but I assume that would be from the media, from the portrayal in the general, like media, and also from stories that they hear, or just from the readings, and which is mainly still a clinician, and they see, yes, it is important to engage with the patients, understanding where the patients are coming from, that sort of thing, but they say a typical comment from some students are like, we can learn that in 2 weeks. We don't need 10 weeks to learn about that. One student in particular came up to me and said, why can't we just learn it from lectures? Why do we have to go out there in the community? Which only demonstrates their limited view, their limited understanding about how deep and how rich that knowledge about patient connection is. By the way, to that student I said, would you be able to learn surgery only from reading and watching YouTube clips? And he said no. So I said, well, there you go. Same with the community engagement, patient engagement. You can only learn it if you jump right into it, and you have to take enough time to embrace it, to learn all the facets of it. Now, therein lies a second layer of the problem, which I believe, and I really hate to generalize this to Generation Y, It's about the instantaneous learning that they would prefer. We're talking about students when they listen to recorded lectures, they're listening in double speed or triple speed because they just want to squeeze as much learning in as short time as possible. So for them, investing a lot of time dealing with something that is not hardcore medicine, so to speak, hard science they call it, then it's a bit of a challenge.
So you and I are possibly the only Indonesians at this conference.
I believe
What
so.
do you think about that?
I definitely think that Asia and Africa and Middle East, for that matter, are severely underrepresented in forums like this, in medical education forums or clinical education forums like this, which is a shame because I think we can all learn from each other a lot.